Any questions? Back there, yes.
A question for all four of you. It was kind of inspired by your film, Peter, with that brilliant 5-second short in the middle. So my question is, how do you determine when a shot is too long or too short or just right? How do you know what to cut, and how do you know how to keep it paced as you're making films that are short films?
Booming voice, she has it. So did everybody hear everything? Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Well, a lot of the shots in my short are one take. So they are long takes. So I found myself. I found about that when I got to the editing room, that I didn't have that much coverage, I didn't have that much options. But since I already knew that I wanted to do sort of like that, basically I look at the number of. I knew that my script had already a rhythm, and I got a lot of feedback from a lot of people. So basically, in movies, a page of a script is a minute. So if I had, like, for instance, a confrontation in the sacristy, on page it was 4 pages. So when we were like shooting it in one take, the first rehearsal was like around 6 minutes. So I knew that was too long. So we found out like a way to choreograph the actors, the actions, and everything to make things like work in 3 minutes, which would be the equivalent of the 3 pages. And also. At least one take, I always like to close my eyes, don't look at the actors, and just listen to it, because I think that the sound gives you a lot of the rhythm, and also like gives you a great sense if it's a good performance or not. So those were my tips.
Well, there is a rhythm, and there's a melody as well, and you just have to have an ear for the rhythm of it. Ours was originally about twice as long, and we just kept paring it down. We always shot it with a moving camera like The Office. We wanted it to be really, really quick, and every single line of dialogue, like a line in a sonnet, has to have a reason to be there. And if it doesn't, out it goes. And that 5-second short, Danny Kane's 5-second short, it's actually a half-second movie, and then the credits make up the other 4.5 seconds.
For us, I mean, more in the cutting room, if we talk more post, one rule of thumb we were taught in school is from Walter Murch, who cut Cold Mountain, and what he likes to do is go through a film, and each time he'll just watch it, and if he feels like it needs to cut, he'll just hit the space bar, and he'll watch it over and over and over again, and after a while, he'll figure out that he's actually hitting the space bar in the same exact frame almost every time. So that's one way that he does it, because if it just starts to feel too long, he'll just let his hand drop. So I actually wasn't in the post-room a lot for this, but our 2 editors were just incredible, and we just had a ton of screenings with the crew all the time, every week, just watching over and over again. The biggest thing was actually, we loved how it was in the original cut, but our director, Dean Yamada, was just like, oh, it can't be that easy. So the editors went back in. There was always this idea. I was like, well, why not start it off in the middle? And the editors went back and said, okay, let's take the shot of him at the door. I was like, have you seen a bicycle part? And just from there on, just that set up the flow perfectly, I think.
That's great. Not really opposite, but I set out to make a 10-minute film. So I wrote the script, and tried to make, basically in the rewrites it was just trying to make it work in 10 pages, and so I think it's about a 9-page script, and it worked out to be around 10 minutes, which is basically what I was hoping for. It was just the goal. That's about it.
Yeah, when I tend to do the same thing. That's how I write. I write because seeing hundreds of shorts a year, it's like I know what a festival's looking for. So if I'm writing, I'm like, all right, I can't go no longer than this, and that's exactly how I write. Next question, please. Anybody, for any of these beautiful men on the stage, they want to hear from you. Yes, Elizabeth Ann.
How did you get Horatio Sands?
How did you get Horatio Sands?
His girlfriend, who's also in the film, she's in the park with Steve. Her name is Jen Schatz, and That's my wife there, Adi, the white shirt, and they are very close friends. They went to acting school together in New York, so we're friends.
Yeah, actually,